Hey, the Gadget Man here with nothing but gadgets, and today I'm going to be showing you this Apeman H55 20 megapixel trail camera. So 3, 2, 1, let's get at it. Alright guys, this camera was sent to me for free by the Apeman company to do this review. That's what I'm going to do. So the first thing we are going to do is break it out of the box and see what they sent us. Okay, so we got our hello card here, and a shopping experience review card, and check that out, buddy. That's got some languages. I bet you there's like 14 languages in there. All right, that's a lot of instructions. Okay, and here's the little camera. Let's pull it out. Nice dark camo on there, and we got some extras over here. Let's see what we got. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Nothing in the box there. Move the box out of the way. Got a USB data cable, a hardware mounting to mount to trees or to a wall, and a strap to tie around trees. No SD card in the box that I can see, so I will have to get an SD card. But anyways, let's go ahead and just kind of look at the camera. Pull this little blue cover tape off here. Okay. This looks like one of those blackout cameras with the really dark LEDs on it, so that it doesn't spook the animals. Open it up. Okay, so got sensor. There's your screen right there. A lot of those dark infrared LEDs there. Takes a full-size SD card on the side of the box. I really like it when it has the SD card on the side, not on the bottom. Okay, and let's see. Where's the batteries at? Okay. How do we get to the battery compartment? Is actually on the bottom here. This is kind of a unique design, and you got to open it up there and slide the batteries in right there. Okay, well, I am going to put some brand new batteries in here and a good SD card, and I'm going to set this baby out in the field for a couple of weeks to capture videos and images of wildlife. And then once that's done, I will come back. I will show you those pictures and images of the wildlife and all that stuff. Talk about how the camera performed. So hold on, because I will be right back. Okay guys, so I'm back with the test results for the Apeman H55 trail camera. Okay guys, so if what you're interested in is only the video and image samples from this testing, please jump forward in the video using the video play bar and the chapter menu at the bottom of the screen. Alright, so let's jump right into the test results. So the parameters of this test was 3 images and 1 10-second video on the time frame of every 10 minutes or when activated. Okay, so I set the camera was in the field for 32 days. I intended 2 weeks, but due to some family issues I had to leave for a couple of weeks. So 32 days testing, which is actually better and gives us more things to judge it by. So 32 days in the field. This is what the results were. The total files captured, images and videos, was 524 files. The total image files was 393. The total video files was 131. So that shows you that it's an equal proportion of 3 images to 1 video, so that worked fine. The total data size was 3.46 gigabytes. The total image size, this is the average size of image taken by this camera, was 1.6 megabytes. The total video size, which was 2.3 megabytes per second of video. So, okay, that's just every second of video, 2.3 megabytes. Those are pretty standard video and image size, data sizes. Okay, so the ending voltage on the batteries after all of this testing was 1.51 volts. So it went in at 1.61 volts and came out after 32 days and all these files written at 1.51 volts. So that's actually very efficient battery usage. Okay. All right, so let's jump into the image and video samples. Okay, so one thing about this camera that I'm going to show you right now is that it's what I call a zoomed camera. Essentially, there's wide angle cameras that shoot about 150 to 170 degree angle, and then there are zoomed cameras which shoot a very narrow angle. Now there's 2 ways to accomplish a zoomed camera. That's either 1, installing a zoomed lens, or 2, installing using digital cropping to achieve the
zoomed effect, okay? All right, so let's go with image number 1. This is a bright day image just of my feeder. Okay, there you go. And you can see that this is actually a zoomed camera. It's zoomed in on the actual subject way out there. That's about 30 feet in front of the camera, that feeder, and it's zoomed in. All right, now let me give you a sample from a different camera that is a wide-angle camera. This is going to be the Campark T85 camera. So here's an image from that, okay, compared to this image, and now I'm going to overlay them so that you can see what it looks like. Okay, all right, so you can see that this is very zoomed in and cropped in on the actual feeder, not a wide angle. Okay, now the question, is it the lens or is it digitally cropped? Based on the graininess of the picture, I'm going to say that I'm 98% sure that this is a digital crop. Essentially, they're taking a wide angle lens and they're cropping out this part of the image. So it's not a true optical zoom lens here. It's simply they're accomplishing it via digital cropping, which reduces the quality of the image, and you will notice this throughout the rest of the images. Okay, so there's that image. Let's do some nighttime images here. Here's some deer underneath the feeder. This one is in the back, about 60 feet from the camera. Okay, now here's some pigs underneath the feeder. All right, as you can see from those images that they are actually pretty poor quality. And that is, I believe, as a result of the digital cropping. They're very grainy, they're not clear, and because they've taken a wide-angle lens and they just cropped out a small portion of it. Now that could, if I'm right about it being digitally cropped and not actually the lens, I think that if they just updated the firmware and set it to where it shot wide angle again, the images might look a little better. But I gotta say, the images on here are subpar. Okay, so let's go to the video samples. All right, so here is the daytime, and you see this nice little deer walking in here. And I'll talk about this a little bit later because something happened in this video. Okay, and here's some nighttime videos. Okay, so as you can see with both the daytime and the nighttime videos, it's digitally cropped or it's zoomed in, and the quality is very subpar. So, like I said, if it is digitally cropped, that could be fixed with a firmware by just basically opening it up back to the full optical angle of the lens. But the results are of subpar compared to other cameras. All right, one thing with the deer, let me show you a video of a deer coming in the late afternoon here. Okay, now I'm going to show you a couple of images of the same exact time of the day, because remember, the camera was set to take 3 images and 1 video. And how the camera does that, it takes 3 images first and then the video. So there's about 2 seconds that it takes the 3 images over, and then it waits a second, and then the video starts. So here are 3 images, 1, 2, 3, and you don't see anything, and then I'll start the video, and in walks a deer. Okay, so what I noticed is that the sensor spectrum is outside of the angle of the lens. So it's actually sensing things that it can't capture pictures of before it gets in the view of where the lens is cropped, and that's what makes me believe that it is a digital crop instead of a lens, the angle of the lens. Okay, so the camera appears to have been designed to shoot wide-angle shots, and the sensor was designed to cover the full spectrum of the angle of the lens. But the firmware is digitally cropping it out a small, so animals are being detected outside of the actual view area of the lens, or the image, the resulting image. And so I noticed that on several occasions where I had pictures with nothing in them and then a video of something walking in the screen. That happened quite a few times throughout this testing. So yeah, I think this can be fixed via firmware, but unfortunately, that the way the camera is right now, it does have that defect where the sensor is detecting things outside the view angle of the resulting image. I'm not going to say the lens, because I believe the lens is actually a wide angle. All right, so that is the results of the testing of this camera. A little bit on the disappointing side. I was hoping for better performance. It's a 20 megapixel camera. It should have the capacity to take a lot better quality image than it is. Detection wise, it did really good in detection. Battery efficiency wise, that's a pro on it. It's good. One thing that it did do right was it put the side mounted full size SD card. That's a plus there. Not a huge fan of this bottom mounted case. It's difficult to get, and it just seems like that is so easy to break off, these little hinges down here. I'm not a big fan of how they got the battery case here. It's unique. Outside of that, it's pretty much a standard camera case with the double latches on the side. They're a little bit bigger than normal. Some of them have pretty small ones, so they're less likely to break. You know, you got your straps, your bottom tripod mount, your, you know, all that stuff there. It just, the camera did not perform well. It did not get, you know, I mean, we should not have to endure the type of low quality images that this thing produces nowadays with the technology that we have for cameras and video cameras, images and stuff should be a lot better. And I think they are a lot better if they weren't digitally cropped. So outside of that, everything else seemed to work fine. It worked consistently, and it did a good job. It just, the images and the video qualities was just not there. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you have, please like, subscribe, and comment. Until next time, this is the Gadget Man saying, I'll see you later.